Welcome to qnawire.
A Poisson probability is when we are determining a probability in a defined space, period of time, or volume. And this particular problem is talking about finding the probability of receiving 2 orders in a defined number of advertisements going out. And that would be a defined space, 100 advertisements. So let's write down what we know. We know that there's 5 orders that are received per 500 solicitations or advertisements. We know that it is a Poisson probability, and the formula for a Poisson probability is the probability of x given an average or a lambda equals e to the negative a lambda times lambda raised to the x power all over x factorial. And lambda in this case is the average number of orders in 100 advertisements rather than 500. So we're going to have to set up a proportion to solve this. We know that there are 5 orders generated when we send out 500 ads or solicitations. And we've got to figure out our lambda when we only send out 100 ads. And if we do our cross product, we multiply, we would end up with 500 lambda equals 500, or lambda equals 1. So we know that we average 1 order for every 100 solicitations or ads that go out. Now, we're trying to find the probability of receiving at least 2 orders. So if we define what at least 2 orders means, well, that could mean that we have 2 orders, or 3 orders, or 4, or 5, and it's an infinite list. So it's hard for us to do the probabilities of all of those. So in order to solve this, we're going to have to think in terms of a probability distribution chart. And in a probability distribution chart, there are certain characteristics. And when you add up the probabilities associated with every single outcome possible, the sum of those probabilities will always equal 1. So when we are soliciting for orders, the values of x in this instance could be 0, could be 1, could be 2, or 3, or more than that. So we are focused on the 2, 3, 4, 5, so we're looking for this value here. So in order to find that value, what we're going to have to do is we're going to first have to find the probability of 0 orders and the probability of 1 order. And then in order to find what we need right here, we're going to do 1 subtract the probability of 0 and subtract the probability of 1. Which means that we're going to have to use this formula 2 different times. So when we use the formula first time, we're going to do the probability of 0, given that there is 1 order per 100 solicitations. So then it would be e to the negative 1 power multiplied by 1 to the 0 power all over 0 factorial. And when we do that, we get a value of about 0.0 3, 6, 7, 8, 8. And then we have to calculate the probability of 1. So we're going to have e to the negative 1 power times 1 to the first power over 1 factorial, which lo and behold gives us the same value, 0.36788. So when we substitute those values in here and in here, we're then going to have that the probability of 2 or more orders is equal to 1 minus 2 of these 0.36788 values, because there were 2 of them. And your probability turns out to be approximately 0.264.